What is diversity?
What is diversity?
What is diversity?
Diversity is about who we are,
Different genders
different races.
Different nationalities,
and different identities.
Diversity leads to
better problem solving,
Innovation.
productivity.
and stronger teams.
I think diversity matters in the workplace because it gives different perspectives of different areas. If you have all of the same people from the same background, from the same area, you can't get that variety of ideas, that variety of different intakes and perspectives of the world. And so diversity is important because you get that perspective of everybody. When I'm in a workplace that values diversity, I notice that one, it just genuinely seems to be happier. A lot more stuff gets done. People just feel their voices being heard.
Things that make me feel welcome in the workplace are seeing people that look like me in a variety of positions, seeing them, be managers. That makes me feel like there's a possibility of advancement in the company.
It's very important for Black and brown kids to see that they can exist in leadership positions. What makes me feel welcomed is when I am embraced for who I am, when the microaggressions are eliminated, when my hair is not a subject at the table, when I'm not challenged on the way that I speak, when I'm not challenged on the way that I think, when I'm not challenged on the way that I connect. I love to laugh. I love having a good time while I'm working. I do not like just being a straight up person who's just never smiling, never having any type of fun, right? I like to be able to embrace my character and put my fun into the work. I like to just be able to be myself. When I'm able to be myself, I do better.
I feel like my work differs when I see that diversity is valued in the workplace because it also lets me feel like my voice can be heard and that I'm wanted and needed in the area that I'm working in. It definitely helps with the confidence level. It definitely helps with the comfortability and like the longevity of it. So when I see that it's a priority, especially in a world that doesn't prioritize it, it makes me feel like I can do this to the best of my ability and not second guess myself.
We need to make sure that we have spaces where people are able to be themselves, where they're not judging themselves based on maybe speaking a different language, having a different accent, even having a different type of lunch. I was at this corporate place coming in with my lunch, that my mom would make me. And then they would always kind of like make me feel, it wasn't like they were curious to see what it was. It was more like, oh, you eat that? What does it look like that? Food is culture, and so that made me feel like I was being threatened. Not just my culture, but just me and me as a person and me as a human for being different than everybody else.
There was an instance when Philando Castile was murdered, and I was in an environment with primarily white counterparts. Everyone was able to get back to their work per usual after learning of his murder. I was stuck to feel very confused, lost, and hurt. My supervisor at the time told me, to get my mind off of things. If I did not feel compelled to continue the work, I did not feel compelled to coexist in that environment. I started to feel resentment against my supervisor.
I need to be able to feel like I can be there for 8-9 hours and not feel like dreading it, feeling like, has it been 2 hours and it's only been 5 minutes.
As I traveled more and as I got into sports hosting, I realized that there wasn't a lot of diversity in the areas that I worked, especially hosting for a hockey team. Honestly, when I was offered the position, I was a little shook because I'm like, how will people take it? I'm not much of a hockey guy due to the fact that there's not many people that look like me that do it. But just being in that environment, I felt that I had to change who I was to fit the quote-unquote audience that I was with. And later on down the line, I realized that that's not who I am, and that's not who they wanted me to be. And so to value organizations that actually want diversity and not just doing it because it's like the new cool, made me feel like I can be myself in everything that I do. And it made me realize that I don't have to change who I am to fit what I think that people want me to be. And I'm happy to be there. I don't feel drained. I don't feel like another day at the job. It's like I'm excited to go in, I'm excited to share my ideas. Even when I'm not there, I'm thinking of things that I can do when I get there.
Working in a space that is truly diverse helped me become more confident because I'm able to interact with leaders who look like me, put perspective on the table without feeling small. I feel valued. I feel that my solutions are championed. And I also feel that the company is making a true commitment to make sure that the work environment is inclusive for any individual, regardless of race, sex, religion, or color, is respected and that they have the opportunity to advance to the next level. I'm not enduring any more trauma to belong at anyone's table. I must say that, I'm just not in that space anymore to fit into a table where people can snatch the chair from under me.
All the companies want to make you feel like you're part of the family. The way that they can show us that is by making me feel comfortable and making me feel like I can be myself. And if I'm able to be myself, then I'm going to be my best version. I'm going to bring my best work, my best attitude. I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm just going to not want to go home.
My call to action is to stand on your commitments, embrace perspective, embrace difference, and invite those folks who you know is qualified, who you know are result-driven, who you know brings a wealth of knowledge. Invite them to the tables. Bring them into a board meeting with you. Stand next to them. Don't just be someone in the back who's rooting from the side and no one can hear you. We need to see you loud and clear on the front lines.